Are you a strong sleeper? H. Holmes was a notorious American serial killer and owner of the murder castle where at least 27 guests were killed by Mr. Holmes.
Welcome to my castle, my dear.
One person who stayed the night was Sarah Douglas. Listen to her story and see how it affects your next night's sleep.
It was a chilly evening in Chicago, and I found myself in need of a place to rest my weary head. Little did I know, fate had led me to the doorstep of H. Holmes's Castle Hotel. I knew nothing about Mr. Holmes or what guests thought of him, but I was drawn in by the grandeur of the imposing building and the need to get some rest. I ventured in through the door and into the reception area. I approached the front desk and asked the clerk, "Do you have a room for the night?"
Let me check. Yes, we have a room perfect for you. Someone decided to leave early.
"Great," I said. "That was lucky."
I'm sure.
The clerk nodded. I handed over my payment, eager for a night's rest, and the clerk handed me the key to room 62.
Take a left at the top of the stairs, and your room is on the right at the end of the corridor.
"Thanks. I'll see you in the morning." I ascended the stairs and made my way to the corridor, but a sense of unease washed over me. Each step caused a floorboard to creak, and the echo rang out ominously in the empty corridor. Finally reaching my room, I hesitated before entering. I laughed at myself and said, "Nothing is going to happen to you, Sarah. You're being paranoid. Go lay down and get some rest." So I headed in. The room was sparse, with faded wallpaper peeling off the walls and a musty smell that hung heavy in the air. Despite my reservations, I unpacked my nightwear, washed my face, and got into bed, resolving to spend the night here as I drifted off to sleep. But my rest was short-lived as I was jolted awake by a faint sound coming from the walls. Terrified there might be a rat in the wall, I picked up the phone on the nightstand and called down to reception right away. The clerk answered,
Hello, front desk. How can I help you?
"It's Sarah, from room 62. The clerk cut me off.
Oh, hello, Sarah. Are you enjoying your stay?
Not really. There's a noise coming from my wall. I think it's..." He cut me off again.
I'll ask the owner, Mr. Holmes, to come and sort the problem. Don't worry.
"If that's not too much trouble?"
Not at all. He'll be with you shortly.
I sat up in bed, trying to calm myself down, reassuring myself that Mr. Holmes would soon be here to put my mind to rest. I took a few deep breaths and must have fallen back to sleep because I was awoken by a loud bang at my door. My heart started to pound. "Mr. Holmes?" I shouted.
Yes, that's me. I'm here to resolve your complaint.
I got up to answer the door, but to my horror, the door was locked from the outside. "Hello, Mr. Holmes, I can't get out." I started banging on the door.
Quiet now. You'll wake the other guests.
Heart racing, I banged louder. As I pounded on the door, screaming for help, a chilling voice echoed through the empty halls, sending chills down my spine. It laughed and said,
Welcome to my castle, my dear.
What happened to Sarah? Find out in part 2. If you're enjoying this horror story, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Now back to Sarah's story.
Desperation clawed at my chest as I pounded on the door, screaming for help until my throat grew hoarse. But my cries echoed fruitlessly through the empty halls, unanswered by any living soul. With no other options, I turned my attention to the room itself, scouring every inch for a hidden passage or secret exit. My fingers traced the walls, searching for any irregularities, any sign of a way out. And then, like a beacon of hope in the darkness, I stumbled upon it. A faint outline in the wallpaper, barely discernible to the naked eye. With trembling hands, I pressed against the wall, feeling the faint give beneath my touch. With a surge of adrenaline, I pushed against the concealed entrance, and to my relief, it swung open, revealing a hidden passage beyond. Without hesitation, I plunged into the darkness, every fiber of my being urging me to escape the clutches of the malevolent force that lurked within the walls. The narrow corridor stretched out before me, twisting and turning like a labyrinth of nightmares. With each step, I felt a growing sense of urgency, a primal instinct driving me forward in my quest for freedom. But as I raced through the winding passageways, I soon realized that the castle was not content to let me go so easily. Dead ends and false exits taunted me at every turn, threatening to dash my hopes of escape. Panic threatened to consume me as I stumbled blindly through the darkness, my only thought to outrun the malevolent force that pursued me. Time seemed to warp and twist, the passage of minutes feeling like hours as I fought to elude my unseen adversary. And then, just as despair threatened to overtake me, I saw it. A glimmer of moonlight filtering in through a crack in the wall. With renewed determination, I raced toward the faint light, praying that it would lead me to freedom. As I burst out into the cool night air, gasping for breath, I felt a surge of triumph wash over me. I had escaped the clutches of H.H. Holmes's murder castle, narrowly evading a fate worse than death. But even as I disappeared into the darkness, the chilling echo of his laughter followed me into the night, a reminder of the evil that still lurked within the shadows.
What will you do the next time you get a sense of fear down a dimly lit hotel corridor? Will you run or just ignore your instincts? Please like, subscribe, and most importantly, sleep well, my friends.